In times of stress, we often turn to comfort foods, which are often laden with fat and calories. So here to give us some tips for some healthier options for our favorite meals is registered dietitian and nutritionist Keri Glassman. So Keri, listen, let's jump right in. Listen, I, like anybody else, I like comfort foods. They're delicious, they're fun, it's cold outside, but you say there's a way to make some of our breakfast comfort foods even healthier. So I want to hear this.
One of my favorite breakfast comfort foods is right here, is a breakfast burrito. And you can make a breakfast burrito so healthy. I use either an almond flour tortilla or a sprouted grain tortilla instead of a refined flour tortilla. I use pasture-raised organic eggs where you get more vitamin A and more additional other vitamins and also less fat and cholesterol. So that is really key. And then also, instead of those processed breakfast meats that many people have, the black beans are loaded with antioxidants, more than any other legume, and 15 grams of fiber per cup. So you're also going to get that fiber to help keep you full through the morning. And then, of course, a little avocado, because what's a burrito without an avocado?
And Keri, you know what? We love those good fats in the avocado, but also the protein. You have your eggs, you have your beans, so you have animal source of protein and non-animal source. So that is a great way, fiber and protein to start your day.
That's exactly why that's my favorite. The protein and the fiber and the antioxidants combo, it is a perfect breakfast.
Absolutely. Okay, so what's cooking for lunch, Keri?
So for lunch, when we want comfort food, we want soup, right? Because we want something warm and cozy. So many people love tomato soup with grilled cheese because they're getting the grilled cheese along with it, right? So here I have a tomato soup. And tomatoes, we know, are packed with lycopene, the compound that makes them red. And when you heat them, as in soup, you're actually going to absorb more of that lycopene. And higher levels of lycopene in your blood is associated with less risk of heart disease. So I'm a big fan of this. But what I did with this soup, instead of having cream in it, I just used a little bit of low sodium vegetable broth. So it's lower in sodium. You don't have the saturated fat from the cream. And then I added in more nutrition with garlic and onions. And then the grilled cheese, instead of the white bread and butter, I used rye bread, which also is a little less gluten in it for people that are sensitive to gluten, high in fiber, and then just a good quality cheddar cheese.
We're living in uncertain times. It's tough to keep up with the latest medical headlines.
About the market, panicked about COVID.
And how do those headlines impact you and your family?
100,000 people died.
On season 13 of The Doctors, we want to empower you physically.
If I met them at dance, they would meet me at medicine.
Man, I love that. Emotionally.
If I could change my thoughts, I can change my feelings.
And medically.
He doesn't have his mask up, which is not a good thing.
This is the $1 million question, maybe the $1 trillion question. This is so critical for people to hear. We're giving you the inside track on health and wellness so that you can get back to the life you deserve. It's time to take back your power. The Doctors, now more than ever. Premieres September 21st.